time for another session, y'all. Welcome back to another FML Reads with your favorite stoner, Aceyace. And this week, we're going to be looking at tattoos. Tattoos, I think, are an interesting topic. Whether you like them, whether you don't, whether you have a lot, whether you have some or none at all, I think a lot of stories would be good to read that are related with tattoos. And as somebody who has 2 tattoos themselves, I'm really interested in the topic that we're going to be seeing today. The 2 that I got are this one right here on my finger, and then this one I have on my arm right here. But enough of me, let's go ahead and get to the first story, shall we? So the first story I have for y'all in this session is actually titled Disappointed. It was posted by an anonymous user on March 26, 2026. Today, as yet more proofs that my useless son is probably going to be living with me well into his adulthood. He has now failed his driving theory test 14 times, despite me studying with him every afternoon. He also has no job, no goals, no girlfriend, and a neck tattoo. FML. OP came in hot with that first story, don't you think? 375 people voted the OP life sucks, and 182 people voted that you deserved it. I don't know, I'm a little bit split on this one. While I understand your frustration, especially somebody failing a test 14 times and going, trying to help them out, I get that frustration. But as the old corny saying goes, you can't give up on your kid, your son, because you just can't. However, accepting that they might live well into your adulthood, I could understand that. And, maybe OP just wants to have, quiet once they get of age. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. So, I don't know. Personally speaking, I'm split on this story. But I don't think the neck tattoo is really going to limit him getting a good job either, especially with, more jobs becoming acceptable with, tattoos. Although neck tattoos, I guess, are still tricky, but I still don't think that can prevent him from finding a job to make him good money, just saying. Story number 2 is called Tattoo Backstory Needed, posted by an anonymous user on December 5th, 2025. It's also a spicy tagline to it. I'm just gonna go ahead and put the tablet down real quick because I'm gonna go ahead and give a trigger warning, because I read just the first sentence and I honestly don't even know if I could post it the way they wrote it. So I'm going to be censoring some of the words and probably censoring it legitimately. With that being said, trigger warning, uncomfortable topic. Today, I got my boyfriend naked for the first time. He had baby tattooed over his groin. He had some weird explanation for it, but I couldn't stop thinking about him a baby, and it turned me off massively. I don't think I can keep dating him. FM. 425 people voted that the OP life sucks, while 85 people voted that the OP deserved it. I don't know why people will vote for that. I'm kind of speechless, to be honest with you. I kind of wanted to go ahead and move on to the next story. The only thing I will say is, man, check that man's hard drive and put him on blast. Fuck that motherfucker. So moving on from that, the third story is called Love is Hell, posted by an anonymous user on October 26, 2025. Also, before I read the story, in order to post an FML, apparently you have to start it by saying today. So the OP in this isn't talking about today, they're just writing today. But anyways, today my girlfriend broke up with me and totally forgot about my existence. She doesn't even text me, and I think there's someone else. But she has my name tattooed on her body. Love sucks. I don't recommend it. FML. I've heard from tattoo artists and I've read online that a lot of tattoo artists sometimes will refuse to do names on people for that very same reason, at least relationship wise, because a lot of times people do break up and the name is on there. Now there's obviously ways you could get it covered up, or you can always, I know somebody that literally put void on their ex's name, but There's ways around it, you know, but it sounds like the OP is just hurt here, and you know, you're allowed to feel hurt for something like that. And the internet seems to agree because 344 people voted that the OP life sucks, and only 154 people voted that the OP deserves it. You don't deserve it. You're just in mourning of your relationship, and that's okay. So the next story in this session is simply titled Burn, posted by Morning Eye with the tagline saying, "This FML was back from 2009, but it is good stuff here in the United States." Today, I was trying to remove a temporary tattoo my friend put on my cheek. When warm water and soap didn't work, I tried something else. Just so you know, Mr. Clean Magic Eraser do not, in fact, work by magic. Tell that to the massive chemical burn covering half my face. FML. Boy, if you don't shut the fuck up. Why would you use Mr. Clean on your face? It's Mr. Clean for like the floor, the bathroom. It's not meant for human skin. I'm just saying, like, well, I'm glad that the internet agreed with me. So 18,205 people voted that the OP life sucks, but 95K voted that the OP deserved it. And I'm gonna go ahead and go with the 95K, because why? I don't see the logic of why you would think a Mr. Magic, there I go fucking up his name, Mr. Clean Magic Eraser will work on your face. I don't get the logic by that. Were you really that bothered by the temporary tattoo? Like, just did not seem worth it, but does seem like some shit that will happen in 2009, because I had just graduated high school and I could probably picture somebody doing it. Story number 5 is called Modern Romance, posted by Not Today Satan on July 29, 2025 here in the United States. Today, my fiance said we should get married in a satanic temple. He's already found one he likes and says we should get matching tattoos instead of rings. Never date a man who didn't have a rebellious period as a teenager or will come out in his 30s. FML. So I was getting ready to throw the red flag, well, towel, but 289 people voted that the OP life sucks, but 317 people voted that the OP deserved it. And when you think about it, that's not really much of a big difference in number of, you know, who voted and like that the OP deserves it and that the OP, you know, life sucks. It's really split down the middle. And I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of a little bit divided too, because like I said, I was going to throw up the red towel, but at the same time, more and more I think about it, like maybe you could have seen this coming. I don't know this person, personally speaking. I don't know how their the OP's fiance acts. So I could like definitely understand that like maybe she didn't see this coming. I don't know this person. A man having a rebellion, you know, it could be a midlife crisis. He is in his 30s, you know, so it's not far-fetched, but I think that is something that the OP really, really needs to sit down and has a conversation with, because you and your husband, or future husband, I should say, should really need to figure this out with him, because clearly it's bothering you. This man talked about he wants to get married in a satanic church, which, hey, nothing wrong with that if that's what you're into. It's just, it seems to be like against the OP views, at least, because she's calling it a rebellion phase. So, man, whew, that one was tricky. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. So the next one I got for y'all is called Subway Creeper, posted by an anonymous user on July 7, 2025 in the United States, Brooklyn to be exact. Shout out to New York. Today I was creeping on a girl, looking at her tattoo and getting stimulated. What the fuck? While she was sitting down in the carriage next to ours. From the looks of it, it looks like she was looking at her phone, but she was actually staring dead at me. FML. So 69 people voted that the OP life sucks, and 953 people voted that the OP deserves it. Make it 954, 55, 56, 57. You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna count it as 7 views just to get it as 960 because you're a fucking creep. That's fucking weird. You're fucking weird. What's up with these weirdos? FML be wilding sometimes, I swear. Like, was not expecting this kind of story to come up when I looked up tattoos, but hey, here we are. Fucking Subway Creeper is a perfect title because that's what the fuck you are, and yeah, fuck that guy. Ankle monitor is story number 7, posted by an anonymous user on April 14, 2025, here in the United States. Today, despite my warning and knowing I hate them, my wife got a trashy tattoo of an eye on her ankle, like she's Count Olaf. How is she gonna get a job with that thing, FM? It just sounds like you don't like tattoos. There's nothing wrong with that, but you are coming at your wife really hot, homie. The internet might probably agree with me because 167 people voted that the OP life sucks, and 743 people voted the OP deserves it. Like I said, maybe you're coming at her a little bit harsh, like Count Olaf. I don't feel like that was necessary. If you didn't like the tattoo, I could understand your frustration and not wanting her to get the tattoo, you know, but at the end of the day, you can't control what a person does with their body. Like, I know that's hard to hear for some of you dumb assholes out there, but you can't control what people do with their bodies. You just can't. The blunt I had has now become a road, so we approach our final story, which is titled, "Thanks for coming to my TED Talk." This was posted by an anonymous user with the tagline saying, "This FML is back from 2010, but it is good stuff here in the United States." Today, it's my birthday. Happy birthday, OP. My dad was supposed to take me to get a tattoo, but instead he went to a bar, got drunk, and told me how it was the biggest mistake he and my mom had ever made. FML. I apologize, OP. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the red flag up on me because I did not mean to laugh at your misery like that. I just, for some reason, found that really, really funny. I hope you found the humor in this because it seems like you did. 36,232 people voted that the OP life sucks, and only 4,091 people voted that the OP deserved it. Obviously, the OP didn't deserve it. I'm glad that the OP put it online. It seems like they're getting over it, or at least have found some way to get over it by posting it up online like that. OP, if you somehow do see this, this was back in 2010. I hope you have done better things. I hope, you know, you eventually got your tattoo. I hope you really, really got your tattoo. I hope that you did everything that you needed to, you know, do to make yourself happy, because at the end of the day, that's what matters at the end of the day, is you. And if you're happy and you're handling your business like you need to handle it, then you know what? You got this, and you're not a disappointment to me, an internet stranger. But that's all the stories that I have for y'all today. I'd like to thank y'all for joining me in this session. Tattoos was definitely an interesting topic. We went down a different rabbit hole than I was expecting. I was honestly expecting more FML stories of people getting tattoos that they maybe regretted. But the rabbit hole we definitely went around, and yes, the second time I used that word because that's literally the word I could use for it, was definitely crazy, especially story number 2. Was not expecting that. But anyways, I want to thank y'all for joining me on this session again. If you made it this far in this video, I hope y'all can get a like, a subscribe, follow me on TikTok, follow me on YouTube. I hope you enjoyed this session. I've always had fun when I film this video again. I'm not too sure what the next topic is. I might just do typical FML updates, just, you know, what they have on their front page. Or I might do a different topic. I'm not too sure what it is yet, but definitely going to be doing a video next week. I appreciate everybody watching. I appreciate everybody subscribing. Subscribing. You know what I meant to say. Point is, I appreciate it. Thank you very much for making it this far. To the next time, y'all. Stay safe, stay stoned. We out.